everyone, and welcome back to Baldmanreacts. Today, we are getting into the first Coheed and Cambria record, second stage Turbine Blade. I mentioned in one of the Coheed and Cambria videos I've done that I wanted to do the entire storyline, and so much support has come in, and many of you have said I should do the entire catalog. So, I like the idea. I think we should do it. Many of you said I should start with the very first record, and that is what we're going to do. We are going to start from the beginning with second stage Turbine Blade. Coheed and Cambria are a band that I heard early on, and for some reason, maybe just my taste at the time, I couldn't get into the vocals, and I just didn't give them the time and the effort that they truly deserve. Having done some on the channel, I've truly fallen in love with just how amazing this band is. And thankfully, with so much support from you guys out there, guys and gals, I've decided that we're going to go through all of it. We're going to start at the beginning, and I have been looking forward to doing this journey with you guys and gals. So let's go ahead and get into it. The band is Coheed and Cambria. The album is Second Stage Turbine Blade. The very first track is Time Consumer. And here we go. Like these sits to open it up. I was truly surprised at just how proggy these guys are. I had no idea. Really like these textures and these ambient sounds to open this up. Really nice piano. Like the breakup in the recording here. Wow. It's an outstanding way to open it musically. Really like that silhouette. Really clear bass tones. Really like the different guitar accents, and I like the guitar tones. I like the counterpoint going on as well. It's a great snare change there. Drum cadence has changed. Love how that bass line just sounds like it's walking. It's got a nice movement to it. Get a little bit of that emo and a little bit of that like pop punkish like sound here. Claudio is such an incredible voice, and it's taken me time to truly enjoy just how good of a singer he is. I like the buzz and the fuzz of that guitar tone there. The drumming is world class. It's got a punk backbone, but there's a little bit of jazz and the feeling and the cymbal accents. choice as well. Very well written. Got such a great groove to it. Really liking those different guitar accents. Nice melodic leads there. Love the change to that incredibly spanky strap tone. Nice shift into that slightly dirty distortion. Really like the lead choices here. Really great ride cymbal work back there as well. I truly did not give them credit for just how progressive they are. This is fantastic. I like the pick scraping and the noise, the effects they're using with the guitars there. Really nice build back into this big chorus. That was Time Consumer. That's the first track. That was so good I could stop this record right now and be happy. The next track is The Devil in Jersey City. Back to that very punkish sound here. Certainly get that very early 2000s pop punk feel. I like the shift to that nice little groove there. Really nice riff there. Nice drop. The riff is evolved here. That bass line and the drums are still so consistent and seamless. brought the lyrics up, but that's okay. They're still pretty audible. Makes these vocal passages sound so fun and so engrossing. It's just enjoyable to listen to. The music is busy enough, there's enough progressive elements that really keep me hooked. Really like the way that bass was following the guitar lines there. Their bass player is really adept shifting in and out. It's a really nice shift. Great way the bass and the drums were so locked in there in that rhythm section with the way they changed. I like how it was following the drum work. It's a really nice solo too. It's not necessarily a conventional guitar solo, and I really like that. Didn't expect that. That's awesome. The use of the gang vocals there. That was a nice touch. That was Devil in Jersey City. The next track is Everything Evil. Nice cymbal work. Nice thick double bass tone there. Really like that palm muted guitar line there. It's got a great feel to it in between those ringing chords. Claudio really uses his voice like an instrument. He's able to do so much with it, manipulate it. I love what he does. The way their riffs evolve, brilliant. It's a really complex vocal line, but he makes it seem effortless. A lot of tough lyrics here. I like those harmonics there in the riff too. That's a really cool touch. Right on the edge of feedback. Adds a lot of punch to this riff. Some really cool hi-hat work there as well.
family ties. A series of nights to the young girls' head side. Come write me a letter.
Great shift in this drum cadence. Really nice ride cymbal usage, helping to drive this progression.
Inspector, I think we found something over here. I felt much better than this before.
That punk-like snare work backed up by the rest of this drumming is so effective here. Wow. Love how they drop that down. It's still the same progression. It's just dropped lower. Completely different feel of that riff.
Just come look at what your brother did. Here he did away with me. Just come look at what your brother did. Here he did away with me.
Really outstanding lead work there. And again, it's unconventional. A lot more single notes, a little bit of feedback, and some harmonic usage. A lot of textural elements. Really nice vocal layer in here as well. Great usage of feedback once again to help build that. Some really cool vocal hook there. This is such a singable chorus. Nice use of aggressives there for coloring. Alright, that was Everything Evil. The next track is Delirium Trigger. Really nice riffs to open this up. Really like that snare sound. Really smooth bass lines. A lot of that squeaky feedback, which I really like. Love how fuzzy that guitar tone is there. Got a nice dry, fuzzy sound that it's really driving. And I tell you, I know this was recorded, what, came out in 2001 if I'm not mistaken, but it's so refreshing just how much the drummer uses his hi-hat. I like how they structure some of those vocals, put the effect on them to make them seem far away, like they're running through bullhorn or a distant speaker. So much coloring, texture, and thought put into how to do those, how to execute those textures and colors. So conversational with this delivery right here. Really like the way this is dropped out. Like those really sparkly glass-like clean tones. His vocal manipulation is superb. Nice feedback there. Clearly we're building into something. We're going to go back into that heavier tone, it looks like. Really like the guitar accents. I like the aggressive vocals back there. Add a bit more venom to these lyrics, as well as Claudio's vocal delivery and his cleans. That was Delirium Trigger. The next track is Hearshot Kid Disaster. Almost a Nirvana-like feel to that riff. I like how forward in the mix the bass is for this. Oh, didn't expect that. Great use of the aggressive voice there. I like that harmonic by the bass player. I like how every couple of bars, the bass player is playing his own thing, locking in with the drums, and then everybody locks in together. It sounds like every 2 bars. It's a really cool touch. Still searching for your faith in the arm that killed the president. Relapse, waiting here. Still searching for your face in the cloud that killed the president. Relapse, build into this groove. Really like the vocal layering and the backing vocals there.
Wounds open, squeezing my heart against. This pain inflicts. In passion, I breathe for it.
Nice vocal layering.
But with this, what they gave me, oh yeah, this book and flint, and a match to go with it. Still searching for your face. The arm that killed the president, relapse, waiting still searching for your face.
They built their transitions so well. It's a pleasure to listen to it. You just get lost in it. Such a great shift here. Really like the use of those aggressives there. All right. Next track is 33. Certainly following the pattern set by the previous couple of tracks. Really nice, hunky driving, opening riffs and a strong bass groove. A lot of different guitar textures. like that bass line there. Such a great job with their diversity and their riffing in the chorus. The more I listen to their drummer, the more I truly enjoy that punk feel with the prog rock and the jazz sensibilities mixed in. I like how there's a guitar line back there that's subtly following that bass line. Amazing fills. Their drummer is just non-stop movement. That was 33. Another absolutely fantastic track here. I'm blown away. The next track is Junesong Provision. Getting that bigger, heavier tone again. The guitars have shifted back a bit more forward. Clearly that was a mixed choice. Bass once again sits right below him. That poppy, punky, fun feeling does such a great job to mitigate the seriousness of some of these lyrics. It just makes you feel good. Wow. Tough lyrics, beautiful, happy music. Such a great juxtaposition there. Good contrast. Great shift. Wow. Absolutely did not expect that. That's fantastic. Wow, what a shift once again. Bigger, heavier groove. Darker turn to the entire track. The mood just completely shifted. A lot more use of minor chords there. That riff has a very Mark Tremonti-like feel to it. I really like it.
I don't believe the time was included in the contract.
Very Mark Tremonti-like. Really dig it. Really a nice movement to it. Nice use of spoken word, sung phrasing. love how tightly choked that bass was at first. And now they're letting it ring out and opening it up. Where are we going? Cool, didn't expect that. Like that vocal texture there. Again, that more faint, reserved voice. Wow, that was Junesong Provision. Interesting effects here. Clearly they're setting the rest of this track up to build into the next one. I like those effects. They use that in the opening part of the record. Alright, the next track is Neverender. Really nice riff choices here. Love how fluid this riff is, and the accompanying bass line. And it shifts seamlessly into the main riff. Sounds like it's just a variation of it. I like it. Really love these lyrics. It's such a powerful delivery, and there's really pleasant vocal textures under it. Sorry guys, completely got lost in this. My bad for not commenting. Wow. That verse just sucks you in. His voice in this track is just spellbinding. There's all these little nuances and little things that just make it so enjoyable. Love it how it's built up. It's a little heavier. There's that really nice lead line as an accent. Nice bit of manipulation with his voice and that refrain. Probably one of my favorite choruses on the record so far. This is so strong. These subtle vocals with these powerful lyrics, it just makes your skin crawl. As well as being complete and utter ear candy. Really like those couple of notes to finish off that riff. That was Neverender. Another absolutely standout track here. The last track is Send Conspirator. Here we go. Really like the way that's opening up. Really like that riff. Again, really phenomenal vocals here. Love these tonal choices, both guitar and bass wise. I like that short little pre-chorus. Love the way this riff is shifting inside the chorus like this. It's a great degree of complexity. I love the contrast from the chorus to the verse here. That very proggy, almost jazz-like chord progression. I do feel like the vocals are a bit far back for me. I'm struggling to make out some of the lyrics. Nice little vocal effects and fading. I feel like the drums are a bit forward and they're drowning out the vocals just a little bit for me here. Really like that very fuzzy, distorted guitar accent. Again, such a radical shift. It's really interesting how they'll shift from major to minor keys to really add different dimensions to what they're doing. It's interesting that this is fading out already. Interesting. Since we've still got about a minute left. And oh, there we go. I was wondering where it was going to go. Like that piano usage, and I like the different effects to make it seem like it's a recording, like an old recording. I like how they brought that in to close out the record the way they opened it. There's a lot of artistic touches being put all over the record. That was Coheed and Cambria, the last track on the first record, second stage, Turbine Blade. That track was Send Conspirator. Man, I have to be honest, I did not want that record to end. I also have to admit, I'm going to edit it a little bit out, but I kind of had a snafu at the end of Neverender, the playlist I was using to listen to the tracks. didn't have God Send Conspirator. So I had to stop the recording and go find it. So that, of course, that little bit will, of course, be edited out. But had to find and locate God Send Conspirator because, man, it can't end after Neverender. Man, what a record. Wow. Truly impressed. I'm impressed. I'm in a state of joy and phenomenal. I just did listen to an absolutely amazing, phenomenal record, Euphoria. And I'm also a bit mad at myself. I have to admit that it has taken me, 16 years to listen to this record. That's kind of a bummer. It really is. Though, at the same time, if I would have listened to it 16 years ago, I would not be able to share that initial experience with you guys here today, 16 years later, on my channel. So, guess there's a good part to that, and there's a bad part to that. Bad part is I didn't get into these guys 16 years ago. The good part, the fantastic part, is that I get a chance to share the entire journey up to and including their brand new record with you guys over the next few weeks, possibly a month or two. I don't want to just sit there and do every record immediately at the hindrance of doing other stuff. I've got a lot of other records that people want me to do. But I think I'm going to try to get one a week right now. I can probably work that in with the schedule. We'll try. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, back to my thoughts on it. What a record. It's phenomenal. It's got a very pop-punk feeling to it. At the same time, that pop-punk feel is shifting in and out of very proggy riffs and passages. There's some jazz fusion stuff going on in a lot of these tracks. Their drummer is an absolute phenomenal player. Granted, every single one of these players are phenomenal. But his grasp and his feel of having that punk bass line, or that punk backbone, to be able to handle all those fast snare passages and snare changes, as well as injecting prog and jazz feeling elements to it. His command of fills, his feel, and his tastefulness, it's just amazing to listen to. The bass player here is outstanding. There's a great sense of where he needs to be. He's so adaptable. There's points where he's playing with the guitars, where he's playing locked into the groove and playing that root with the drummer, and he's all over the place depending on what the track calls for. Phenomenal bass playing throughout the record. There are so many guitar textures and layers, it's hard to pick them all out in a single listen. That is going to take time. I certainly will do a full review on the record. I think that's my goal from now on, is to do a full reaction on a record and get my initial thoughts out there, and then be able to sit down and do a full in-depth review on it once I have had the time to give it several spins and to be able to really write down my thoughts. So when I sit down and give you guys a review, it is a really cohesive, in-depth review, and I've got notes to go off of, so I'm not just pulling it out of my backside. I can't pick a favorite track because there's so many amazing tracks on the record. Certainly love the opening there with Time Consumer. Everything Evil was outstanding. So many wonderful things there. There are great parts in Delirium Trigger. Hearshot Kid Disaster was amazing. Junesong Provision was incredible, as well as 33. Neverender, well, honestly, the record could have ended at Neverender, and I would have been okay with it. Neverender was absolutely amazing. And Send Conspirator closed it out brilliantly. There's not a bad track on the record, to be quite honest with you. And some of it, honestly, might vary depending on my mood. It really might. I'm sure it's probably the same with you guys. Oh, well, I like this one the best right now. And if I'm feeling a little more somber, yeah, I might like that one more. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know. Let me know if you guys fluctuate on what your favorite tracks are, or if you even decide to torture yourself and pick a favorite track or pick favorite tracks on the record. Because it's really like picking between which of your friends or family members you love the most. Every single track on this record is really strong, and it's really enjoyable in their own right. There's just so much going on. There's so much attention to detail in the composition. None of these tracks are simple. They might sound simple, but none of them are simple. Every single one of them has this deceptive complexity to it. There's a bunch of shifts. The riffs will evolve in the passage, especially in their choruses. Their riffs really evolve. They build. There's different structures throughout it, and they make it sound effortless. It's incredible to listen to. You can't help but sit there in awe of just how well they've done it. And to sit here and realize that this was a debut record. This was the first record they released, or official release. I know Delirium Trigger apparently was the first record of the band. Their first actual official release. That's impressive. I mean, this is a hell of a debut, and I can truly see why so many of you Coheed and Cambria fans spoke so highly of the band and has said why it's going to be such an incredible journey. You certainly didn't lie to me on that. That's for sure. I think this is going to be phenomenal, and it's actually the first of the bands I've done full videos for, album reactions for, that I'm going to go from beginning to end. So we're going to start. We started here, and we're going to go each record all the way up, just the way you guys heard them. And man, I can't say enough about Claudia's voice. At first, when I first heard them years ago, I couldn't get into it. Maybe it was the oversaturation of emo at the time and my stupidity at writing them off as just another emo band, which is completely not the case. Truly, if I could go back and knock some sense into 21-year-old me, I say 21-year-old because it came out in March of 2002 originally, and I hadn't turned 22 yet. And then it came out, I guess it got released in September of 2002 with the rest of the tracks. And at that point, I had turned 22. So 21, 22-year-old me, if I could go back and smack some sense into myself and go, hey, by the way, you really should listen to this record, I certainly would. You know, and with the additional release, it's probably the reason I didn't really get a chance to hear it and catch on to it then is because I wasn't in the U.S. at the time. I had been in Afghanistan for about 6 or 7 weeks. So that might be part of it too. I certainly wasn't keeping as much track of stuff that wasn't completely in my wheelhouse at the time. So that might be why. Either way, I'm so glad that I get to share this journey with you because, man, What a record. Thank all of you. There are too many of you to name and remember right now. Call it a bald moment, but this has been requested by a lot of you guys, and I really appreciate it. And I'm at a loss. I love the record. There truly is not a bad track. It's one that I'm going to have to listen to several more times to really grasp it, sit down with the lyrics, and really understand it. You guys let me know or point me to a site where I can check out the overall concept of this record. I'd love to really be able to get in depth into that story. And thank you so much for the incredible amount of support about doing it. You know, it's amazing, and I think I have truly found a band, another incredible prog band that I have been missing for far too long. And I think this is going to be an amazing ride. So thank you guys for coming on that journey with me. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to get to the rest of them. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, all of you guys. Thank you to my law enforcement, military, veterans, and first responders for what you do every single day. As always, you have been awesome. I have been Baldman. I will see you in the next one. Be excellent to each other and keep head back.